Never. I am looking forward to just embracing bed after this, though. very, very tired. Very tired. We're good to go. 9 hours, Papi. 9 hours straight of casting. We can make it. We can make it. As spawning in the right corner of ley lines, we have our German Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing his new team, representing Sentinels. It is ShoWTimE. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Protoss player himself. It is Strange. He's a little bit strange, true. A little bit. But Jimmy. Where was my Jimmy on the brackets? Where was he? I know that Jimmy, he was playing, I think in a Wardy tournament. I believe there was a Wardy event going on. I believe Jimmy was partaking in. So good, so good. Next time, Papi, next time. I know that Jimmy's got a lot going on, especially with Dallas on the horizon. I mean, a lot of players, of course. We have the GSL Season 2 qualifiers that were a couple of hours ago. We have Dallas on the horizon, Stars, Agora, RSL, Home Story Cup. I can't believe I feel like they haven't really promoted too much, but Home Story Cup is next month as well. Don't forget that. It's crazy. Just all the StarCrafts. Everything everywhere. All at once. But now that we have our standard opener, we have our initial 2-gate opener here by Strange. Also, if you're in the chat, of course, Gamma Time. Get your predictions going in the chat while you can. As we have ShoWTimE going for a gate, Cyber, Expand, a more economic start out of our Red Protoss. Let's go. So, economic opener out of ShoWTimE, doing his best max X impression, does go for the Stargate before the Nexus. And it's going to be on Strange to attempt to punish this. An attempt to all in. Or just follow this up with an economic opener himself. We'll see. For now, double Stalker. Does open double Stalker. The Zell will chase down the probe. We do see ShoWTimE pulling back. As the probe does make it back home, Strange following up with a 3rd and 4th Stalker. ShoWTimE likewise scouting for proxies. Make sure everything's looking as it should. Back at home, he expands. Shield batteries on the way. Strange going for a much later expansion. And just like that, ShoWTimE does take an economic lead. See if Strange can punish. See if he can. Reinforcing with the 3rd and 4th Stalker. Strange moving in, but the shield batteries are done, and with them finishing, ShoWTimE, he should be fine. Should be able to hold on. Is spending his energy at home defensively with stasis traps. But a 2nd Oracle's on the way. 2 Oracles, they can one-shot workers. And the goal here is, one, ShoWTimE is already ahead economically with more probes, but the goal is to get even further ahead, moving up with his Oracles and trying to cripple the economy of Strange. We'll see if he can. Strange, he attempted to intercept. Doesn't quite catch the Oracle. They get 1 probe already. 1 worker goes down. Oh. Just the 1. There's that recall back home. Strange trying to keep up. The hero blink, the patience blink. Patience blink. That's what happens when the hero blinks into when he blinks up a ramp into like 3 tanks. Like, patience, get out of him. He should be in the military. It's the patience. ShoWTimE just trying to contain his opponents. Behind this, we have our standard follow-up here. We have a Twilight Council into Forge, Blink and +1 for Strange. ShoWTimE likewise going for his own Blink Stalkers as well. No Forge, I believe. Yeah, no Forge for ShoWTimE, going for a faster third, just maintaining that economic lead. It doesn't look like a lot, but ShoWTimE, he's on 43 workers. He's up by, what, 4, almost 5 probes? In a mirror matchup, that can be everything. Setting up more shield batteries, claiming another expansion. Strange does confirm that there is a third base, and Strange has to make a decision. Does he expand? Does he commit? Does he double down into an all-in? What is the plan? Is there a plan? As looks like, yep, we're just building up. Oh my god. So we're getting into a very passive PvP. Very passive. Both players, they just expand, get their natural up and running, get their third base up and running. No proxy, no aggression. As ShoWTimE is the first to move out. Remember, he's up a base. He's up a mineral line. Pokes in. Doesn't have to commit. Just poking, prodding, forcing out a trade. Hasn't killed anything yet. But he does have the higher stalker count. 17 to 12. Again, just flexing that greater economy with a larger army. Just now getting to his own upgrades. Oh. Has to respect the stalker. So the immortal, I meant to say. Has to respect them. ShoWTimE pulling away. Again, there were no kills. Ooh, nice catch. Getting the Oracle. Oracle goes down for the Observer. ShoWTimE still looking for a way in. We're just taking more bases. We're just getting it forward. Still poking forward. Oh, it does punish Strange. Picks off a Stalker. But again, there's nothing pressuring ShoWTimE to try to blink forward and commit into sniping an Immortal here or there. I think he's happy to pick up a Sentry, 2 Sentries, a Zealot, 2 Zealots. Better trades for ShoWTimE. Oh! Until that moment. He's out of Stalker. Charge is now done. ShoWTimE moving out. Gonna be reinforcing. With these charges, he can actually just commit. And he's going for it. Say that defensive Zealots. Zealots say warp in time. ShoWTimE catching out some reinforcements. Being forced back, trying to bait out the army into the blink into the stasis traps. Nice move, nice bait. Strange does trigger one, and he's gonna lose everything here. Yeah, the Immortals are going down one after the other. Massive pickoffs. Another stasis goes up. And ShoWTimE pulls out. He pulls out, he gets away. Sniping 2 Immortals, now getting into his own. Catching up, getting to +2. ShoWTimE still enjoying a greater economy. He's on 4 bases. Strange still stuck on 3 expansions. Where's the 4th? Strange has been enjoying a better upgrade count here, but that is about to even up. +2 is on the way. Strange building up his zealot count. Has a comparable army size. From here, he just commits in. Yeah, Strange, he breaks out, takes out the Immortal, not bad. Zealot will overwhelm the one Archon, putting in a lot of work. No Archons for ShoWTimE, they're not ready yet. Prism rallies in. ShoWTimE taking a very rough fight here. And Strange overwhelms with a higher Zealot counts. Likewise, that one Archon, putting in a lot of work. ShoWTimE, he has to back off, he needs his own Archons. And just now morphing in. And suddenly Strange, not looking too bad. Sure, he's down a base, down an expansion, but he's about to even up. At least he's hoping to. Again, was so patient. Just building up all those zealots. The Nexus is going to go down. ShoWTimE, he has to give up on it. Takes down the 4th base. Oh. Strange is moving in. Now pushing into 4 Archons, pushing into cannons. The 2-by stasis goes off. Brutal stasis trap. Strange, he has to be careful. Making use of the Sim City. Nice movement out of Strange. Takes off a couple of workers. And now he commits into the stasis is about to run out. Yeah, Strange, he has done it. Gets up the cannons, takes down the Stalkers. Again, there's only 2 Archons left here for ShoWTimE, down to 1 Archon. Just 1 Archon remaining. And with that ShoWTimE, he is being broken. Again, ShoWTimE, he was looking solid so far this game. I mean, up until a certain point, he was up in bases, up in economy, but GG gets called. One bad fight is sometimes all it takes, and Strange, he bounces back, takes game 1. GG. GG, well played. Again, ShoWTimE, he was up in workers, up in expansions. He was down in upgrades, but he was catching up towards the end. But unfortunately, he did overextend. We saw that he had a lower Zealot count, a lower Archon count as well. And that's where Strange did excel. And here we go. We're getting into game 2. Tulsa P, a PvP unwinnable. Unwinnable. True. As we're leading into Tokamak. But there are certain power spikes in PvP that are available to you. Early on, you of course are relying on Stalkers and Immortals, but from there you go into Charge Lots and they can excel quite well. Like they trade so well against Immortal Stalker, but that's when you are forced to get into Archons. Whereas Archons, they excel against Mass Stalker. Sorry, Mass Zealot, that's what I meant to say. And Strange, he got there first. Able to take up, able to get there first. And here we go, we're getting into game number 2 with spawning in the top right hand corner of Tokamak. We have the German Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing his new team, representing Sentinels. It is ShoWTimE. And spawning in the bottom hand corner, we have the Blue Protoss player, leading the series 1-0. It is Strange. Again, very impressive play there by Strange, despite being in a really rough position that game. He was patient, waited for his moments, then he struck. Outside of that, it was quite passive though, I will say that. It was relatively passive, just building up on 3 bases, getting a 4th base. Posturing by ShoWTimE, just posturing for the most part. So now we're selling in. So far, 2 get open out of Strange. Likewise, 2 get open out of ShoWTimE this time. As a reminder, last game ShoWTimE did pull a Max going for a Gate Cybercore into faster Nexus, but here going for something more standard, mirrored builds. Builds are mirrored. As from here, we should be expanding. We should be taking up. So far, nothing crazy. Going for the pylon block. Delaying set expansions. And we might see a faster Twilight Council. Might go for a Stargate opener. There are options with how we want to open up. There it is, a Twilight Council at a ShoWTimE. Opening up Blink. Strange has yet to go for his own, just making extra Stalkers. At ShoWTimE, he does delay his next wave of units in favor of a faster Nexus and a faster Twilight Council. So ShoWTimE is cutting corners, and Strange, does he commit here? No expansion. Not yet. Strange has a pylon across the map. Moves in with the Stalkers. Strange, he does expand, not going for the one base all in. Yo, let's go. Going for the hallucinations. Oh! Strange, he doesn't want that sentry. Doesn't quite get it. Does recognize that they are fake. And Strange, he's going for the shield battery. Oh! Not quite able to. Nice, very nice catch. Are we bold enough to go for a proxy Dark Shrine? No shot. Twilight Council is done. Going for the proxy gateway instead. So extra gateways for ShoWTimE. Getting into a 3-gate setup. Meanwhile, Strange does go for his own tech, going for a Robo, not a Twilight Council. Very safe way to play. Early Robo means early immortal production, early observers. It tells me that ShoWTimE will have map control though, with a more mobile army. With those Blink Stalkers. As Blink is halfway done for ShoWTimE. And again, he's got 3 gateways. So ShoWTimE, he can break out. Back at home, Strange, he's down a gateway. There's that immortal production to make up for his lack of Stalkers or lack of Blink. So Strange should be the defender and ShoWTimE should be the aggressor. ShoWTimE, he finds a pylon. From here he's reinforcing. ShoWTimE, he's up 3 Stalkers. He has force fields as well. But the Immortal has arrived. Shield battery as well. Nice force fields. Oh! Locking down the army. Doesn't get the Stalker though. And nice defense by Strange. Doesn't lose anything. Strange takes down a sentry. Saves his army. Shades into the natural. Probes are going down. Okay, 2 workers so far. Strange playing well. And now Strange is playing catch up. He's catching up with Blink. Blink is now on the way. +1 has begun for Strange. Meanwhile, ShoWTimE does not have a forge, instead expanding. So ShoWTimE will have the faster 3rd base. Strange will have the better army. As that is a gateway explosion. 4 gates are on the way. That's going to be a 6-gate setup on 2 bases. No expansion, no 3rd. Did I say 6 gateways? It's getting up to 7. Like, this is a 2-base all-in. So many gateways. Building up to 7 gateways. Could even go for an 8th gateway proxied. I was expecting a War Prism, but no, so far getting another Immortal. Another Immortal's on the way. Yo, big shout to BMO for the chat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great cast, I'm assuming. Maybe a Stormgate cast. I know BMO does, of course, cover StarCraft as well. But thank you so much. Hope you had a great stream. And welcome one and all to the RSL, to the Revival StarCraft League. Again, it is a tournament hosted, organized by Tasteless, by State, by Ziggy, by Gemini. very passionate fans of StarCraft over in Korea. And of course, if you want to support Korean StarCraft or StarCraft in general, !RSL in the chat, and you'll get a link to the RSL Patreon page where they have plenty of benefits, plenty of perks. And of course, the prize pool breakdown is all there, all on Patreon. Meanwhile, how many gateways do we land on? 7. 7 gates on 2 bases. D powers a proxy, and here comes Strange. Here comes the 2 base all in. Remember, no third. There is no third base, no expansion. Strange, he's up in Stalkers, he's up in Immortals. It's all or nothing. Strange moves out. Up. So far, ShoWTimE trying to hold on. Does have a wall of shield batteries. Strange, he blinks in. Yeah, it does go for the dive. Oh, but he gets surrounded. Yeah, the concave here in favor of ShoWTimE shuts down the Stalkers. This was not the blink to go for. And Strange overextends. Boys are being pulled. Strange, he does lock down the Immortals at least. He gets one, he gets both Immortals. But what about the Stalkers? And more wards are coming in. Warpins are denied. Prism goes down. And ShoWTimE, he does have it up. Barely. Barely has enough. Takes down the Immortals. Stalker still barely in favor of Strange. But it's going to be forced back. Yeah, barely forced back. Again, the concave was just so in favor of ShoWTimE. Likewise, wall of shield batteries, energy overcharge as well. And that was it. Strange, he has no base, he has no economy, he has no follow-up. It was all or nothing. Pokes in. Does try to poke in, does try to commit. Oh. Diving forward. Trading Stalkers. To trade. As Strange, again, he cannot macro out of this. Like, there's no follow-up. He has to commit. He has to double down. And he will catch an Immortal. Does 2-shot. Takes down the Immortal. Trying to trade against the army. He's got a couple more Stalkers on the way. But once again, the Prism is going to go down. Massive pickoff. Denies the warp in. Zelsa trading quite well for themselves. Zelsa popping off. For both players though, for ShoWTimE as well. GG gets called. Strange, he runs out of steam, and ShoWTimE, he will take game number 2, tying up the series 1-1. GG. Does tie things up, does take game 2. Again, a very intense back and forth here. Strange just doubling down, going for the all-in, but time and time again, ShoWTimE was so on point on sniping that Prism, diving on forward. Likewise, he was also so well prepared for the all-in with 3 shield batteries, energy overcharge, the concave, the setup, the sentries, the force fields. It was so difficult for Strange to really find a way into that, and in the end, he couldn't. Could not break in. GG. GG, well played with that. We are going into our next game. Going to be loading into Incorporeal. Let's go. Let us go. As we are getting into game 3 to determine who takes the lead in the series, who does take the advantage here coming into this best of 5. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Incorporeal, we have our German Protoss player, the red Protoss for Sentinels. It is ShoWTimE. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player being forced into a tied up series. We'll see if we can bring it back and bring back that momentum. It is Strange. Here we go. So we load into one of the larger maps of the map pool. Much larger map, longer rush distance by ground. Last game did have standard openers, and we're expecting to see that again. There we go. 2-gate opener out of ShoWTimE, 2-gate opener out of Strange. Mirrored builds. Hello. As Strange, he does skirt around the edge of the map. He is not going for a scout. He is going to hide his probe and hide his pylon. Interesting location here. So with this proxy location, this could be a proxy Stargate. Proxy Stargates are not designed to go all in. They're designed to harass and to cripple the economy and give you an economic lead coming into the mid game. Otherwise, this could just be a fake out. And considering Strange just went for a failed 2-base all in, I mean, ShoWTimE might overreact to this. Might overreact. As ShoWTimE, he is aware that the pylon is missing. It should be there. It should be somewhere. It's not in the main. It's not in the main base. The probe scout is also intentionally delayed. Pylon is hidden, and the probe dips in. ShoWTimE, no fear, by the way. 2-gate opener into the expansion. He could have gone for a Robo, could have gone for a Stargate, but no, he expands. Oh boy. The ball is in the Strange's court here. Strange now has to expand himself. It is going to be a later expansion from our blue Protoss. So ShoWTimE with a slightly better economy. And he does call his opponent's bluff. Hallucination goes in, confirms, there's a base, there's a Twilight Council. ShoWTimE knows he's safe. Working towards Blink. Does work towards Blink. Nice SimCity as well, just creating just a further choke point. Giving ShoWTimE more time to react. To respond. As from here, the pressure is going to be on Strange. And once again, he's slightly behind in the economy. Does shade into the mineral line. Gets 1, 2, 3 probe kills. Oh, just 2. So far, nice damage. Strange evening things up. Meanwhile, that is a 3rd gateway on the way. So Strange going to be building up his gateway count early on. Getting up to 3 gates. And ShoWTimE, he should be able to confirm this. Oh, that is a 4th gateway. So 2-base, 4-gate Blink out of Strange. Meanwhile, ShoWTimE will expand off of 2 gates. So 2-gate Blink into a 3rd. ShoWTimE is being much more greedy, much more economic. Strange has the potential to be hyper aggressive. Where are we going with this? Now we're expanding. Never mind. So 4-gate Blink into a Nexus. Strange, he's keeping up economically with he's trying to. Did invest much harder into all those gates. From here, ShoWTimE just gets will just take up. Strange, he is skipping Warpins, going to his own Forge into +1. ShoWTimE likewise doing something similar, going for his own Robo. Just now getting a 3rd gate. Now, because of the opener is Strange, he does have a comparable army here. He can be active, he can try to pressure the 3rd. He needs to. As he moves in, we have Adepts coming in from behind. So really, this is just a distraction. Oh! Gets a shield battery. Not bad. Bleeds out a Stalker. Adepts a shade into the natural. Getting another probe. 1, 2 more probe kills. Not bad. Getting 3 in total. Meanwhile, more gates are on the way. A massive gateway explosion. Now, what I find interesting here is that no robo. There is no robo, just purely gateways here in the Twilight Council. So blink into charge. No immortal production. No immortals, not this time, not yet. As he's throwing down more gateways, oh my god. No gases. Bear that in mind. No gases at the natural, no gases at the third base. ShoWTimE does have one extra gas, guys, so he has 3 gases here from the side of the red Protoss going into Blink Stalker. Meanwhile, lack of gases and extra gateways screams just mass Zealot. Mass Swarm Toss heal here from Strange. Proxy's on the way. He's on 8, soon to be 11 gateways. Ay, ay, ay. It's a lot of gates. So an 11 gate setup here from Strange. In the end, he's making use of that higher gateway count that he built up earlier. And here we go, it's all or nothing. No gases, mass gateways, mass minerals, mass zealot. And there we go, warping in, just nothing but charge lots. Behind this, ShoWTimE isn't ready. Where are the Archons? Temple Archives still on the way. He needs more time. And here comes Strange. Strange, he has 20 zealots. Up against 7. Nice force fields. Nice force fields, so he's able to go over. Alas, Strange, he does commit, getting on top of the Stalkers, and Strange, he may just have too much. I mean, so many zealots that are stuck in the back line, but they break free. Yeah, they break out. They collapse on top of the army. Nice blink control. Just locking the Stalkers in. And it's just non-stop zealots. Non-stop zealots from here. And ShoWTimE is being overwhelmed. He has nothing left behind this. He's down to 4 Stalkers. Down to 3. GG gets called, and Strange with the all-in overwhelms and will take a series to take the lead in the series 2-1. GG. Who needs gas? Who needs gases here again? Only 2 gases just for charge, just for upgrades, and just mass zealots out of Strange. He had 11 gates, 11 gateways on 3 bases, and did just commit essentially into a 3-base all-in. Did overwhelm. ShoWTimE, he wasn't ready for it. Remember, ShoWTimE, he was still a ways away from Archon production. He was lacking side defense as well. He was not expecting an all-in. ShoWTimE caught with his pants down. GG. And there is a chance, there is a world that Strange can cause the upset and bring ShoWTimE down. One more game is all he needs. One more game. Unfortunately, ShoWTimE, he wasn't able to recognize what was happening. He missed the proxy, and he also didn't notice the missing gases either at the natural at the third. He didn't notice the massive gateway explosion. And yo, a shout out to Kanoya. God, baby God. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Had a great ladder session. Shout out to Kanoya, a fellow caster, a French caster. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And welcome to the RSL Qualifier, the European Qualifier, the final qualifier here for the Revival StarCraft League. The final qualifying match as well, and final game, potentially. I'm hoping we can go all the way to the ace match where the pressure is on, and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Maganatha, we do have the red Zerg player. We have the red Zerg representing his new team, Sentinels. It is ShoWTimE. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player, leading the series 2-1. And 1 game away from claiming it all and qualifying for the main event. It is Strange. Strange missed the timing. He did hit it. The timing was pre-Archons, right? He wanted to hit before Archons were able to build up. If you remember, the Temple Archives was on the way. I want to say that he did hit just as the Temple Archives finished, but there were no High Templar warping in, right? There were no High Templar warping in. There were no Archons ready. Likewise, again, ShoWTimE wasn't really expecting the all-in either, so he had less side defense, less shield batteries, and GG. Here we go. As welcome one and all to Maganatha, the largest map in the map. Well, you do not get larger than Maganatha. There are plenty of bases, long rushes by ground, rocks and towers all over the place to knock down and to just elongate the game and slow things down, slow down pushes. Does that mean we get a longer macro game? Not necessarily, but is a factor, something to consider. For now, Stalker Sentry opener out of Strange. Meanwhile, ShoWTimE Stalker Sentry as well, a bit of a later Sentry. We'll see if ShoWTimE does cancel and go for a faster expansion. For now, 2 gate openers. So 2 gate openers all around. Zealot good unit or Zealot great unit? I mean, Zealot all-ins can be terrifying for sure, in all matchups. Against Zerg, Protoss, and Terran. Are terrifying, as both players are expanding. So far, mirrored builds. And we'll see how our players do deviate, if they head into faster tech, faster expansion. But now, Robo opener out of Strange. Okay. Does open Robo. With this, faster Immortals, faster Observer. He can also open up War Prism if he so chooses, to harass into the bases. But typically considered a very safe way to open up. As Strange gets a full scout, it does confirm the Twilight Council of ShoWTimE. I feel like ShoWTimE needs to be constantly scouting with Strange, especially against Strange is the thing. Like Strange, he's not a standard player, like by any means. I think it's... yeah, it's hard to just kind of to assume the best out of Strange. But, oh, you know, he's getting a 3rd base. That's good enough. It's like, no. He's an animal. He's an animal, Fabi. As both players are scouting each other. Blink is on the way for ShoWTimE. Speaking of non-stop scouting, non-stop hallucinations from both players. ShoWTimE checking for a 3rd. A 3rd that doesn't yet exist. Oh, already we have a gas. Nice scout. Remember, last game it was only 2 gases for Strange. Likewise, we also confirmed the follow-up tech, Twilight Council and Forge. This tells us that Strange is building up towards a longer game, towards the mid-game. Robo, Twilight Council, Forge, only on 2 gateways as well, taking extra gases, and soon to be expanding. So everything here screams longer, later game. Meanwhile, ShoWTimE, Proxy. ShoWTimE is going to be the aggressor instead. How many gates so far? Just 2 gateways. Setting up for the expansion. There it is. 3rd is on the way. But does have an extra gateway. ShoWTimE is moving out. And with Blink, ShoWTimE can go straight to the main. He can, and it looks like he will. There we go. He has high ground vision. We'll see what he goes for. Does see the Immortal in the main base. Now we can think better of it. But honestly, nothing's pressuring him. There's no expansion. There's no 3rd base. Strange stuck on 2 bases. A massive gateway explosion. This money should have been an expansion, should have been a Nexus, but no, instead, extra gateways. Okay. And this is looking more and more like a 2-base all-in. We have 4 gates on the way, 2 already done, so it's going to be 6 gateways so far. A 6-gate setup. A hefty Immortal count at 2 Immortals already, getting up to 3. No War Prism yet. And ShoWTimE is here to slow this down. He's here to slow down the all-in and slow down the push. He's out of Stalker. Oh, gets 2 sentries, not bad. And here it is. Here comes that Prism. So it's going to be all or nothing for Strange. He's on how many gates? 6 gates so far, getting up to a 7th gateway. Now, unlike the previous game, ShoWTimE, he's here to slow this down. Like, he has been very active. And ShoWTimE, he's fully aware that there is no expansion. Back at home, shield batteries. We have 2 shield batteries here at the third base. Shield battery at the natural as well. You can see ShoWTimE, he's getting ready for the all-in. Again, unlike the previous game, this time he knows. He knows what's coming, and he does take this seriously. More shield batteries on the way. ShoWTimE doing what he does best. Defend. It's all about that defense. All about those force fields. There we go, locks away those immortals. Yeah, ShoWTimE fighting with only half his army. Sorry, Strange, I meant to say. They're fighting with half his army. Immortal goes down, massive pickoff. Takes down the Immortal, they do trade, back and forth. Both Immortals go down, force fields, they're running out. Strange pushing forward, but his Immortals are exposed. 1 Immortal goes down, there's 1 Immortal left. They get started as well. Nice pickoffs here from ShoWTimE, and he falls back to the shield batteries. He's holding. ShoWTimE, he shuts this down. And again, this time ShoWTimE saw everything he needed to. Dives on the prism, does snipe. And Strange, he's falling apart. Bleeding out more Stalkers. Racing back home. Behind this ShoWTimE, he's up a base, up an expansion. We have Glaives on the way for Strange. That's quite late here. Very late Glaive Adepts. Strange going for a Hail Mary play. And Glaives, that would be a way to, in a way, cripple the economy. Denies the hallucination. Does deny the scout. And you see ShoWTimE is checking. He's checking for an expansion. He's like, man, are you expanding yet? What's going on? Are you gonna take a third? Nah. It's just God, no. What do you mean? It's Strange. Strange picking up a couple of pylons here and there, getting a couple of probes, doing whatever he can. Against Strange, he's 1 game away from qualifying. But we are having a bit of copium here. A little bit. As the Glaives is about to finish, we have Mass Adept. And this can trade well against Stalkers. I should say it can tank well against Stalkers and tank well against Immortals. It can trade decently well against Charge Lots, but as this is, you could argue this is like an alternate answer to Charge Lots as opposed to Archons. It's a very heavy Zealot composition, but there's more than that. There's shield batteries, Stalkers, sentries, force fields, Immortals. It's all or nothing for Strange. And he doesn't commit. And trying to shade past. ShoWTimE collapses in. The Zealots, they do trade. And that's all he needs to do, just trade. Prism goes down as well. And Epstein clean up all the Zealots. Let's go. Takes out all the Charge Lots, getting on top of the Immortals. And Strange trading as best he can. But ShoWTimE is on his side. Just has to buy time for extra warp ins. And GG gets called. Strange, he runs out of steam. And we are going to the ace match. Ooh, GG. GG, well played. With that, we are going all the way to the ace match here. Again, bringing it all the way to the final game of the series. This could still go either way. Where are we dropping? Where are we headed? Let's go. Here we go. As it looks like we have our final game, our final map. It's going to be on Persephone. Ooh, one of these smaller maps of the map pool. Persephone, known for aggression, known for all-ins. I feel like that would favor Strange, but I do appreciate that ShoWTimE, it does feel like he's adapting to Strange over time. He's becoming a little bit more accustomed to him. Again, a lot of scouting last game. A lot of scouting, a lot of eyes on the lack of third base, the extra production, the extra gateways, the extra tech. And ShoWTimE, he was all ready for it. He was ready. He shut it down. And now we're loading into the ace match. Let's go. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the German Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing Sentinels, and bringing us all the way to the ace match. Can he go the distance? Can he go all the way? Can he qualify for the main event? It is ShoWTimE. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the Blue Protoss player, himself. Momentum was on his side. He was so close to qualifying. He still is so close. Can he go all the way instead? It is Strange, the dark horse. Oh boy. Here we go. It all ends here. It all ends on Persephone. Go. But now looks like a standard opener. Yep, two gate opener out of Strange, 2-gate opener out of ShoWTimE. No one is deviating, not this time. Now we have yet to actually see a proxy. We've seen a fake proxy pylon out of Strange, but we haven't seen a real proxy. We haven't seen a 1-base all-in. That hasn't happened yet. We've seen 2-base all-ins, 100%, plenty of them, and even 3-base all-ins with that game on Incorporeal. We'll see where this takes us. For now, no one does hide a pylon. Everything is where it should be. As probes are dipping in. Nice moves out of ShoWTimE. He does wall in the probe. It means that there's no pylon block on the natural at the expansion. And likewise, the probe is going to be trapped here for the Stalker. So again, slick moves here from ShoWTimE. Likewise, ShoWTimE also does pylon block the expansion, delaying Strange. There's that kill on the probe. And Strange can finally expand. Player takes their natural bases. And we're still waiting to see here if either player does open up Robo or Twilight Council or Stargate. All three are viable. They'll take us down different paths. There it is, Twilight Council out of Strange into earlier Blink Stalker, most likely. And Twilight Council out of ShoWTimE. Okay, more or less mirrored builds. At least initially. Hallucination does confirm for both players. Both now aware that they're both getting into Blink. Again, it's going to be a Blink-based opener. Both players building up. We have triple sentry from both players, so just non-stop hallucinations. This is a typical meta here of PvP, just triple sentry, mass hallucination, making sure you see everything. It's not impossible to hide tech, especially with moments like this, where ShoWTimE denies the hallucination. So you can still hide tech, but it's that much more difficult. But I think Strange plays a lot of 1-base in PvP. Yeah, I mean, we're finding that out here. Like, Strange, he, in general, from either player, no 1-base play. We have seen ShoWTimE 1-base all-in max packs, but I feel like that's also just very specific to max packs with their dynamic. As ShoWTimE does expand, claiming a third. Meanwhile, Strange delaying. Oh, sorry, going for his own as well. Both players do expand. Faster Forge for our Blue Protoss. into +1. Meanwhile, ShoWTimE is slightly delayed. Plays a lot versus gay Nexus. I mean, to be fair, a lot of people do, right? When it comes to that kind of response. But sure, fair. Oh. And ShoWTimE just shaded to the mineral line. It's one. Oh. Just one probe. One probe goes down. Blink into the main. Does blink in. 4 probe kills, not bad. With that, ShoWTimE recalls back home. Does take a worker lead. ShoWTimE is slightly ahead economically. Pressure's on Strange. As Hallucination does move out. Does move out, but players going to be taking out. We do have a gateway explosion out of ShoWTimE, throwing down 5 more gates. Strange building up as well. This is a bit of a more passive early to mid game. I mean, sure, ShoWTimE was poking in a little bit. There's been a bit of activity between the players as ShoWTimE did get 4 probes in the main earlier. But for the most part, we're building up into the mid game. Build up. ShoWTimE getting a 4th base. Strange yet to take his own 4th expansion. We've seen that before this series. It's a little bit more tentative bouts, rushing into that faster 4th. Some models are building up. Temple Archives for Strange, working towards Archons. Taking up, getting there. Actually reminding me of game 1. We saw something similar where ShoWTimE had a faster 4th base, better saturation, better economy, but he had later Archons. And Strange took an incredible fight. But this time, do you see what I see? I see Archons already. ShoWTimE is head in bases, ahead in workers, head in economy, I should emphasize. ShoWTimE does threaten to push. Strange still building up. Building up. There is going to be a small window in time where Strange has +2 over ShoWTimE. Can try to make use of that. Moving in. Strange trying to keep up. And we'll be able to. ShoWTimE moving in. He does push in between the bases. Strange getting caught out. ShoWTimE does help. But again, caught in a rough position. And again, only fighting with half his army. Stalker's now coming in, going for the dive. And with the better concave Strange, he will take it. Yeah, it takes the fight. Shield barriers, they do help as well. ShoWTimE overextending Strange. Just completely shutting this down. At the same time, though, ooh, Prism into the main. Uh-oh. Prism does pop up. Archon's forced to recall. Immortals are exposed. Some extensive losses here for Strange. Losing almost 2 Immortals. Oh my god, so close. But better fights for Strange. Again, very similar to game 1. Very similar. Strange looking to snowball from here. Looking to break out. Again, who needs a 4th base when you have this? You have Zealots, Immortals, Stalkers. ShoWTimE, if given time, will recover. You're just warping in. Strange, he's not ready. He's fighting too prematurely. Strange still moving in. There we go, catching out those zealots. Getting on top of the Immortal. Massive arc convoy is going off. The Immortal is exposed. There's the NG overcharge. And Strange, he kites back. Oh, it looks like Strange, he overextends. And bleeding out a lot of units here. As Immortals and Archons, they're going to be going down. Strange, he has to back off. Where are the reinforcements? Barely not in time. He's warping in 10 Stalkers at a time here. But he denies the warp in. The slow warping gets denied. Strange. He had such a strong defense here, but he was not able to capitalize on that. A lot of it came down to the prison. That prison bought so much time, delaying the push from Strange. And ShoWTimE now enjoying that better economy. Even on upgrades. Building up more Archons, more Immortals. And Strange, he had such a good fight, such a good moment. From here, ideally hoping that maybe ShoWTimE overextends. Which is too far into one of these bases. But even then, that's not going to happen. ShoWTimE rotates over. Oh, denies the base. Denies the Nexus. Does deny. He has a sea of zealots behind this. Still maintaining that army. Strange, he had an incredible fight earlier here in this very position, but I don't think he can replicate it. Not this time. Not like this. He's got 4 Archons. They got a lot of work to do. The 4 Archons, I mean. 5 Archons even. Strange getting into +3. Strange trying to collapse in. The Zealots are revealed. And they move through those Zealots. They move through the Stalkers. And now getting on some of the Archons. There's so many of them. Strange defending here towards the left-hand side. And the Archons, they trade well for themselves for what they can, but there's just a sea of Zealots here. And now the Immortals, they can focus them down. One after the other, Archons are falling. Final Archon falls. GG gets called, and ShoWTimE, he will overwhelm. He will claim the series 3-2, qualifying for this season, the first season of RSL. GG. ShoWTimE, he will be a part of the rival StarCraft 2 League. Again, very intense, very clutch back and forth between ShoWTimE and Strange. That could have gone either way. Again, Strange, he did initially have a much stronger defense with a better concave, with the shield batteries that ShoWTimE did overextend. But right after that, we had the warp into the main. And that was just doing a great job at just buying time here for ShoWTimE to build up his own Immortals, build up his own defenses back at home. And did pull it off, did pull it off. In the end, time was on his side. Less so on Strange, and with that, GG, well played. ShoWTimE alongside Mana will be a part of RSL. Let's go. Sorry, not Mana, Spirit I meant to say. So it's going to be Spirit alongside ShoWTimE, not just those 2 players, but we also have some invitations as well. Let us switch our scenes over and catch up on the invited players. And bam, there we go. Okay, from the top, exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys want to have a look at it yourselves. As we can scroll down, and here we go. We have our lineup of Protosses. We have Classic and Hero invited for the main event, and we have Zan alongside ShoWTimE making through the qualifiers. So we have 4 players in total: Classic, Hero, Zan, and ShoWTimE. For the side of Terran, we have Bjorn, Clem, and Kior invited in alongside Percival and Spirit qualifying through those server qualifiers. And meanwhile, for the invites, we have Raynor, Serral, and Solar, 3 invited Zerg players, and to join them we have Cham and Shin from the qualifiers as well. Let's go. Again, and that's still not the entire event. We still have what? We still have here the fan vote. Fan votes are going to be opening up soon, TM. I don't know the details of the fan vote when it comes to when it's going to go live. I would imagine at some point this week, though. I would imagine at some point this week, there is going to be a fan vote that is going to be made public, and you can vote on your favorite player to make it into the main event. Now, I believe there is kind of a limitation to that. The only players eligible to be voted on for the fan vote are players that did actually play in the qualifiers. So players like Strange, players like Mana, players like Scarlet, for example, they are eligible here, or they're going to be listed, and there's a possibility that they can be a part of this through the fan vote. Oh boy. So that is going to be available. Bear that in mind. That'll be available in the coming days, and keep an eye on Twitter, on social media, for when that does occur, so you can get your prediction in, or I should say, so you can get your vote in to your favorite player in. Likewise, again, it is going to be a 4-player GSL group stage into the double elimination player bracket. And when it comes to here on the CranKy Ducklings, we have been covering the qualifiers, that is true, but we will not be covering the main event. From my understanding, that is going to be all covered by Tasteless, by State, by Gemini. I believe they will all be covering the main event themselves. Again, we're here to help out. We're here to help out. We're here to help out with the qualifiers. We're here to do what we can. Happy as we made it. We made it to the end of the broadcast. 6-hour, 10-hour cast in total. 10 hours. We didn't quite go all the way to 12, but 10 hours, not bad, not bad. For those that are curious, I believe the Twitch stream should be showing 6 hours at the moment, but we had a 4-hour cast before that. We were covering Sparkling Tuna Cup. Sparkling Tuna Cup just before we had to end the stream because we had to turn on a delay. So we didn't have a delay for Tuna Cup, but we did need a delay for the Anonymous Cup. So we did have to end the stream, turn on the delay to keep things going. So 10 hours of casting. Let's go, let's go. I do apologize for being a little bit low energy towards the end, and likewise I apologize for sounding a little bit more nasally than normal, just because yeah, I know what it is, but I'm a little bit under the weather. Yeah, a little bit under the weather here, but I should be back. I should be back tomorrow for some more StarCraft. Let's go. As you can see here, our weekly schedule, we just wrapped up with our morning broadcast, and tomorrow evening we have the WardyTV Monday. Just checking our schedule here. Checking our schedule. Tomorrow we have the WardyTV Monday. Likewise, day after that we have the GSL replay cast of the round of 8 of the quarterfinals. So we're going to be going over the GSL replays. We also have the Pigastorm Monday. We have the Pond cast. We have Dallas. Dallas is this weekend. We still don't really know what's going to happen with that, but we're going to be all over Dallas as well. We'll do our best. Do our best for Dallas. And yeah, just a lot of StarCraft, a lot of content throughout the horizon. 3 days of Dallas. Likewise, the GSL qualifiers were taking place during this broadcast. I'm referring to the GSL Season 2 qualifiers. We will be going over those qualifier casts during Dallas, or I should say, after the Dallas cast, after the co-stream that we're going to be doing, after the open brackets, then bam, qualifiers. GSL qualifiers will be on the channel as well over the weekend. Over the weekend, we're going over those qualifying matches. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Congratulations to all those that have made it into the RSL. And again, keep an eye open for the fan vote. That's also going to be coming around the corner as well. We made it. We made it. GG, well played. With that, if you enjoyed the broadcast, if you enjoyed the casting, one, I do apologize for again being a little bit low energy and being a little bit congested, but I should be good to go starting tomorrow and thereafter. You can follow us here, !socials in the chat. We do stream on a daily basis. As you can see, we stream every single day, plenty of StarCraft, multiple times a day as well. We cast more than any other channel out there. We have the quantity and we have a little bit of the quality as well. Likewise, if you want to support us, you can follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, subscribe on YouTube. We upload on YouTube on a daily basis. Not just that, but check out our Patreon, !Patreon in the chat, as you can help fund us monetarily. 100% of the money on Patreon goes towards the players. It's all for prize pool and prize money for our tournaments. So you can help support us there and help support the scene there as well. Also, before I forget, !RSL in the chat. I know that I was just plugging our Patreon, but also the Revival StarCraft League, they have their own Patreon as well. I mean, there's a lot of tournaments out there that do have their own Patreons. Help fund them, help support them. If you have any spare resources, then you can do so by supporting us on Patreon, or of course RSL on Patreon as well. Otherwise, GG. GG, well played. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And with that, it is 6:30 a.m. in the morning. Fun fact, we started casting at 8 p.m. last night. 8 p.m. last night. Now it's 6 a.m. The sun has risen, and it's time for bitch. So tired. So tired. So I'm going to go and get some rest. Going to go get some sleep. And then wake up and do it all over again with the WardyTV Monday. All the casting. Let's go. All right, let's go. Otherwise, thanks for tuning in. Stick around. We're going to be giving another StarCraft stream a raid. We'll find someone to send everyone over to. Who's live? Who's live at the moment? Who can we raid? Let's see. Let's see. Jaime is live. Your Strange is streaming his POV. True. Streaming his POV. Who else we have? Bond is playing. Bond is laddering. But not too many people are online at the moment, actually. Not too many people. But otherwise, with that, thanks for watching. Regardless, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to be wrapping up and we're going to be heading off. And again, we'll see you guys tomorrow for some WardyTV Monday action. Otherwise, we'll see you later on this week for DreamHack Dallas, for GSL qualifiers, and for even more StarCraft. Until then, thanks for watching. Ciao. Bye. Ciao. Thanks for watching. See you next time.